Kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1792. We're getting up there in the numbers. Cross that one off for today. Back to classic movies. So we've had the last 2 or 3 nights off. 3 nights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off from watching movies. First 2 nights with Thunderstorm. Last night I was just exhausted. And we're getting back into them tonight with Sabrina because we started watching it the other day. It's still on the DVD player, so I figured I'm not changing it out. Let's just watch it, and we'll figure out when the rest of the movie is going to get watched at some point in time. I know I do have appointments coming up this weekend, so that will take up some of the movie watching time for catch up. So we may be going into July. But anyway, so where is Zeph? Oh, she's down there on the floor. Zeffie hasn't been too well today. It's all my fault because I did a sudden change on her dog food. Her dog food was running low, and so I went to get some more out of the storage where I keep it, and there wasn't any extra bags in there. And I was like, oh, so we have to go dog food shopping. So I went dog food shopping the other day. I happened to use up the last of her current food. They didn't have her current food, so we had to go for another brand that she has had before, just not that particular flavor. So yeah, so it's a brand that she knows but this time it's having an effect on her stomach, and yeah, she's been getting up in the middle of the night wanting out. I'm sort of like dreading I got to go poop scoop the yard. Fortunately though, she's kept it for some reason. She's just gone in the side yard over on the side of the house. So it's just one out, and when I go out there, it will be all in the shade, but it will still be 100 and whatever it is outside if I do it tonight. I really don't want to leave it overnight. It's probably already cooking out there. I know that sounds gross. I just suddenly realized what I said. Yeah, so she hasn't been feeling too good. So this morning for breakfast, instead of her dog food, which she was trying to get to, I ended up having to take it out of her reach. I gave her scrambled eggs with pumpkin puree. And the scrambled eggs had no seasoning, no sauces, no oils, no nothing. It was just 2 eggs in a pan. Unfortunately, I have really good nonstick pans. And so I cooked up the 2 eggs actually threw some pumpkin puree in there, mixed it all together. She will eat pumpkin puree, not by itself. You put it with eggs or quinoa or anything else, it's gone. But she will not eat pumpkin puree by itself, which I thought was kind of weird. But that's my Zeffie girl. So she had that this morning. She's been out. So apart from our walk, she's been outside 5 times throughout the day. Although she's been quiet the last couple of hours. It's been a couple of hours since she's been last out, which is good. We do have to go for a walk tonight, so that'll be interesting to see how many times we have to stop. We've still got that to do, which we'll be doing immediately after this. And we'll go for our evening walk and see how she does with that. And then come back, and she's having quinoa and pumpkin for dinner tonight. And these are just very gentle, very easy to digest foods, and it just helps settle the stomach down. She wanted, every time I went to make something to eat, she went and she just sat there on the kitchen mat and just looked at me. She likes to sit on the kitchen mat in front of the sink because then she sees down the whole island, and she sees the cooking area. She sees everything that's important in the kitchen. Of when you're getting, she can see what you take out of the refrigerator, and then when I'm eating, I go and sit at the table, and she's got a cushion that she goes and sits on in the family room area, and she's not allowed to come to the table unless invited. Well, I wasn't inviting her to the table, so she came over to remind me that she was sitting over there. And I was just like, yeah, I know you're over there, but you're not getting any of this. I says, you've already had your eggs and your pumpkin, and that's all you're getting. I don't think she was very impressed with that, but she ate it. It went very quickly. And so once we get her stomach working correctly again, we'll start slowly introducing the dog food into her pumpkin mixture with eggs, quinoa, whatever. But yeah, so she hasn't been, hasn't been a happy girl today because of Mama's mistake. So Mama's been very apologetic. So yes, we were up twice in the middle of the night. Yeah, I think it was 3 times in the middle of the night. In fact, one of them, we had just gotten into bed. I'm snuggled down. I'm in my nice little reading position. I've got my Kindle open. I'm reading. And then she comes and I can always tell when she wants out because she'll be laying on the floor. excuse me. And it depends on how she jumps onto the bed, because I'm on this side of the bed. She's on the floor over here. Her bed's here on this side. She has she has slightly less than half of the other side of the king bed. If she jumps up on the feet, she'll spin around and dump herself down and drop. She doesn't just lay down. She just drops. But if she goes around the far side of the bed and jumps up, she sits there and just looks at me. And you hear the little, just the little whimpers, the tiny little whimpers. Look, when I go, you want out, huh? So then I know I've got to get up. So she did that 3 times in the middle of the night. One of the times I wake up and I'm hearing this noise. What the heck's that noise? And she's sitting there watching me. It was light enough in the room because I don't even know what moon was out last night, but there was enough light coming in the window that I could see her silhouette, and the way her head was angled. She was sitting there watching me. I don't know how long she'd been sitting there. And so I got up, and it was just before 2 o'clock. I'm like, okay, great. So we take her out. She goes and does her thing. She comes bouncing back in like, I'm empty. I got energy. Let's go. And then at 4 o'clock this morning, so we let her out again. So yeah, so she was out 3 times last night. Well, that's how many times I had to get out of bed to go let her out. And she's been out 4 or 5 times today already. So we'll see how she does on a walk tonight. I'm going to make sure that she stays hydrated. I've already filled a water bowl up once today, or topped it up. She's got a very deep water. It holds 64 ounces, I think it is. And I want to make sure that she never has an issue with running out of water during the day or at night. And so we top it up. But yeah, so that's been my day, my night. But we're going to try and watch Sabrina tonight, because I figured, even though we had a rough night of having to get up and down to take her out, I'm going to watch Sabrina tonight. And Sabrina is one of the Audrey Hepburn movies that we have. It's from 1954. It's an hour and 53 long. And it's got Humphrey Bogart, Audrey Hepburn, and William Holden in it. And it's about a playboy. A playboy becomes interested in the daughter of the family's chauffeur, but it's his more serious brother who would be the better man for her. So little sibling rivalry over a girl is basically what it comes down to, I think. I have not seen this movie before. Although I think I saw there was a later version made of this that came out, I think, in the 90s or the 2000s. There was another version of it. I'm trying to think who was in that one. Was it 1995 with, that was one. It had Harrison Ford and Julia Ormond and Greg Kinnear in it. And that was in 1995. I think I saw part of that one. I don't think I saw the whole thing of that one. But we're watching the 1954 one. It's in black and white. I'm just going to repost the photographs I've already taken, so I don't have to do all of that. So we'll go for our walk. I'll come home, get her something gentle for her stomach to eat, and I'll grab myself some food. That's what I love about meal prep. I just go to the refrigerator, open, and go, oh, that looks good. It's fun. And then I don't have to worry about anything. And then I just use it in a glass jar or a glass container. And I just take it out and either serve up a portion of it, or in the jars I have salads made up, which have cherry tomatoes, quinoa, a bit of broccoli saw in there. What else is in there? I got dried craisins. I got craisins in there. What else do I have in there? Hard-boiled eggs have been sliced up and put in there, and then some salad greens, and the dressings at the bottom. Now, I'm not a big dressing fan, but they said, just put it in there and, put no more than 2 tablespoons. I thought, well, I'm just going to do a tablespoon and see how that goes. And that's enough for me. I'm usually like, get a dish, dip, and eat, and so that's just wasted dressing. So now I just put a tablespoon in the bottom of each of these jars and put the salad on top. And it comes out all nice. And it depends on how you put it in as to how crunchy. So the salad goes in at the top, so it doesn't get the dressing. But at the bottom, you've got like tomatoes and cucumbers, and I didn't have any cucumbers, so they didn't go in. And I've got my quinoa and then my, craisins, broccoli saw, hard-boiled eggs. And, oh no, hang on, the broccoli saw is on top of the hard-boiled eggs. The hard-boiled eggs is on top of the quinoa. On top of the eggs is the craisins, then the broccoli saw, and then the salad at top. And then I just tip it upside down onto a plate and Got the salad at the bottom and everything else on top. Very easy. So yeah, having those in the fridge has been very, very helpful this week. It's been nice. And I just got some new glass containers, storage containers today, which I'm excited about as well, because I could have done with them this morning. But I got some new glass containers, so I've got to unwrap all of them and see, very slowly I'm replacing the plastics. And if you've been here when Nicole was on and talking about the plastics, detoxifying the kitchen and switching things over to glass containers or stainless steel containers, we were talking about that. So that was one of the things we talked about. So I'm very slowly replacing the containers and things. So I got my new ones today. So I'm excited about that. Go put them in the dishwasher and let them run through, and then they'll be ready to go. Although I do have to hand wash the lids. I don't put those in the dishwasher. But then I don't use the heater in the dishwasher. I don't dry the dishwasher. I've got it turned on so it just washes only. And then when it finishes washing, I just crack open the door, pull the top tray out a little bit, and the edge, and everything just air dries. That's my way of doing the dishwasher, because I don't like doing the heat thing. It makes it get too hot. Means I can put some more of the plastic type stuff in there, let it get washed, and I don't have to worry about the heat melting it because of the heater being on. So that's all good. So we're off to go for a walk, and I think today was meant to be like 109 or something. I have no clue. I don't remember. I know it was a very nice 80 degrees when we went for a walk this morning. Slightly humid, but it was very pleasant walking. There was a nice breeze blowing. Yeah, Zeki needs to go out. So I have to go. So anyway, go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening. We'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hey, konara.